Hi guys, we have Nina here and we are finishing the second coat of Dreamy. This is to do kind of that black and white marble countertop look, or your Carrera marble, I guess you would say. So you want to do it on a wet coat of Dreamy. So I did her fill. She went quite a bit of time, I think about 6 weeks between. So I did it, and then she's got pretty flat nails, so I have to add a little bit of an arch to it, and then I hit it with a finish file. So if you see a couple little ledges, like there's a little one right there, that's why, because I just hit it with a file to smooth them out. But we are working on the marble, so I'm going to show you guys how to do this kind of from scratch. There we go. So I'm just using Luxio Dreamy. This is the one that I do use in Baby Boomer too, so a lot of you have it. If you don't, it's a great white. It's just, you know, when you look at marble, they all have that little bit of just a shimmer to it to begin with, and so using this Dreamy has just that little bit of shimmer. And Nina is a hairstylist, so I always top coat her with the Performance Ultra Gloss, and she went 6 weeks with no staining wearing pure white last month. So if you have hairstylists who deal with hair color a lot, that's why she comes to me. Because I can make white nails for her and no staining. Doesn't that make you happy?
Yes, it does.
Alright, I'm going to bump on a tablet for her so that she can't, you guys have any questions, and we can try to watch them as we go. What's up? Okay, we are sold out of Dreamy, but we should have it in the next few days, FYI. So if you do go on the website and you're like, I want Dreamy, but it's not there, I just placed a huge order, and so if you are needing some, I should have it by Friday. Cross my fingers and Accents gets it to me by Friday. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use a couple of different things. I'm going to use Noir, which is our Luxio Black. I'm going to use my palette, which has my black gel play in it. And I've got Wet Dreamy, so I didn't cure it yet. So what I'm going to be doing is creating a combo where I can use some Luxio gloss. So I dab some of the Noir on my tile here and the gloss, because I'm going to be combining them. I want to create, I'm going to show you, I did the first hand already. So I want to create this shadowing in here, and so to do that, I want to combine these two and use a little bit. So I'm using my Art #1 gel brush. And so as you can see right here, I'm just kind of dabbing them together. And then decide where you want your lines to be. I don't like them to be the same on every nail, but I want them to kind of be a little bit flowy. So kind of decide where the shadowing is going to be, and then I just kind of swoop back and forth to kind of blend it out into the Wet Dreamy. Okay, so this is kind of the cloud that I call it the cloud part. And because when you have a veining in a in marble, it it can be, but a lot of the time there's a little bit of a cloud where the veining is, and so we're going to start with the cloud, and I bumped that, so we're going to start down here because then I can hide it. And there's no like rhyme or reason you can have this be. You don't want it to look all the same. Kind of, you want it to be one of a kind. And so play with them all and decide how to do it.
Teresa Brinkman says, hey doll, and then she asks, is there still a sale on the 4-bottle sets?
The 4-bottle set, 4 bottles. 4 bottles of what? I don't know which one she's talking about. Teresa, clarify.
Heather Lindquist says, hello.
Hi, Heather. This is a technique I know some of you have been asking me for, and so when Nina came in today, I said, oh, we're going to have to go live with that because I know there's some people who want to see it.
Teresa said base, top, primer.
Okay. Base, top, and primer. I don't think we have a sale on those 3 together. We have the collection of like the effects gels and stuff, those, if you get them all together, they're on deal. If you hit a show, you can get show deals, but as far as just base coat and primer, no, typically those are just regular price on a regular basis. If you get the entire Luxio set, those ones get marked down, or the entire gel play, we're getting those added up. I know people have been asking me for if they got all of the gel play, so making sure I get those up soon. I've been busy.
Teresa also says, it was advised on emails. I'll see if I can find it.
All right. Yeah, find it. Let me know, because that shouldn't be on sale, because it's not one that's on sale. All right. So now, after I've done my clouds, I'm going to do my first layer of kind of veining, and I like to use just the Luxio, and it's not going to be as sharp. So I'm doing kind of a little bit of veining, but the last one's going to be with my gel play because it's not going to blur at all. So I like to have a little more depth to it by doing kind of 3 steps here. So there's no right or wrong. I mean, you just want it to look neutral. This is a really fun technique to do with like turquoise, and then you kind of have this turquoise effect. So I just wiped my brush and kind of spun it. If you get too much gel on your brush, because you're working in wet gel, so if you're getting too much dreamy on your brush, just kind of wipe it off like that.
Hi from SC, Maria Glitter Queen Hanks.
Hey, hey.
She says, oh, I love it already. And then Renee Shannon just came on. Are you using black watercolor ink?
No, I am using this is Noir, so this is our regular gel polish, and then I'm mixing it with a little bit of just gel top coat. And so I've got Noir and top coat, and I just kind of creating a blurriness to it. I don't want it to be, oh, we're out of frame, sorry. I don't want it to be super, super dark. I want a little bit of translucency to it, and that kind of lets you have a little bit more natural.
There we go.
Things. Well, it was,
oh, there we
that's
go.
a little delayed, so.
Yeah.
All right, so a little bit of my first veining, I'll check it and see if there's anything that's too dark. And if it is, just blur it out. See, you can just blur that out by just swooping back and forth. And that kind of turns it back into the cloud. Then you can grab a little bit more and revein it if you want. And if you think it's too dark, grab some off, grab some clear, and blend it back into the dreamy. And then we can grab some, I'm going to spin that off, it's too much on there. Okay. So now for my last step, I'm just going to grab my palette, which has my black gel play on it. And it's messy because this is like real salon palette right there. I don't have time to clean that up every day. So it gets all messy, but that's, you know, artist palettes are like that, right? All right, so I'm just gonna dip a little bit into my black gel play, not very much, just a little tiny bit. I mean, you can swirl it in there, but I really just touch a little tiny bit on my brush. Okay. Oh man. Fix that right up. I just touched a wet nail. All right. Recloud. Probably makes your clients happy when you do it instead of them for once, right? All right, so I'm going to touch a little tiny bit into my gel play, and your gel play isn't going to move. So you can do really thin little veins, and it's not going to blur like the other ones did. Okay, so the gel polish is going to slightly just keep blurring and creating a fuzzy effect, whereas this gel play is, you can do it so thin, and it's not going to blur into the nails. So you can create veins that are really fine. And decide how you like it. I like them all to be really different. So she stares at her nails for the next month and goes, which is my favorite? Now, if you're doing this with a standard gel polish, you're going to have to be careful because you're going to have to be worrying about whether your gel polish is drying and curing at the same time. So I say this a lot, if you're doing this with gelish, shellac, any of those ones that have to dry and cure, Please just be really careful about how much you put on there or you're going to get wrinkling, okay? So for sure try it, but if you get wrinkling, it's because it's too thick and you have to deal with drying and curing. This only cures, so it's going to cure all the way through every time. Last one.
Heather Lindquist says, so pretty.
Kind of cool, huh? It's fun. I like just kind of the abstractness of it. You know, you don't have to be, I'm not an artist. So when I can do something where it looks like something else and people from a distance are like, ooh, that's kind of neat. That's the goal, right? All right, so there you go. So you kind of got a marbling. If you look at it and you're like, oh, I want a little bit more cloud here, you can just add it right before you put it in the light. The trick is to look at it before you go in the light. Once it's cured, you can't get this kind of blended effect anymore. So make sure it's how you want it before you get it in the light.
Teresa said, found it, called the Fabulous Four.
Who sent that email out? That was not me. So
base, prime, matte, and top shine for $49, limited time.
Shoot me an email because that is not an accent special, and there shouldn't be specials on products really that aren't accent specials. So shoot me an email so I can figure out what is going on. Forward it to me, okay? And we will figure it out. All right.
Heather Lindquist says, off topic, I've got an Apple Watch. Where did you get your wristband?
Amazon. So much cheaper. Go ahead and on the light. So much cheaper than anywhere else. So this one's probably easily a year old. But yeah, they're super nice because they're just magnetic and they come off and on really easily. But there's like a rainbow one that's really cool too. This is just the rose gold, but Amazon, 20 bucks. Don't pay the Apple price.
Okay, Teresa, through the website, through Luxa Prime. Oh, okay.
Luxa Prime. I don't even know who that is. Luxa Prime. Luxa Prime. Huh. I don't even know what distributor that is. I'll have to check and see. All right. Thanks, guys. And I'm just going to top coat her with some gloss and oil her up, and then we're going to do her toes. So, oh, the gold. She remembered one second. I had just gotten done telling her that I like to dab on a little bit of gold at the end. So I'm going to grab some gold foil really quick, and I'm going to crinkle it in my hands just like this so that just a little tiny bit is going to touch on the back. And I like to dab oh, that's almost too much. I literally like to just barely touch it, and it sticks really well. So if you don't want too much, you got to just barely lightly touch it, and it gets a little bit of gold flecks that you'll see in marble. And I'm working on packaging foils right now, so soon when you guys order, if you want the foils I'm using, you will be able to get them for $1. Yay! Everyone say yay, sparkle. I have all kinds of stuff that's coming. That's why I'm so busy. Okay, again, I'm just kind of grabbing the corner. Just don't want too much to touch it, because then I have to wipe it off, and I don't want it. This is one time where less is more, which is hard to say in the world of nails. All right, there you go. See a little bit of gold flecks in there. It's very fun. Okay, switch. That doesn't have to go in the light. Just has to wait for top coat.
And the special top coat.
Yeah, see, and I was going to put Luxio Gloss on her because it's totally my normal every client gloss, and she reminds me because she likes her white to stay white, and she's dealing with hair dye all day. It's not. Okay, so see, I grabbed too much. I'm just going to use my nail and just rub it off because I don't want it too much on there. Sticks really, really good to this. Any other questions before we head out? No?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Luxa Polish site.
Luxa Polish.
That was Teresa.
I gotta find out what this website is because that is not one of our distributors, so I'm not sure what you're getting.
And then Heather said, thank you. I do gold too on the marbling. And then Gel Play 24K Gel Play.
Oh yeah, the 24K is big chunks. And I like the holographic that I use on this. It kind of picks up the light different. So definitely can use the Gel Play 24K. But I don't know. I like it with the little holographic extra color. All right, so I'm going to use just Ultra Gloss from the, it's a little bit reflective and upside down. The Ultra Gloss UV LED top coat on her. Just because I want to seal in her color and she doesn't have to worry about any discolorations when she's doing hair. So
yes, Teresa, these are beautiful. And Heather said, cool, thanks.
All right, guys, so there you go. That's what that's going to look like when they're done. I'll sign off so you guys don't have to sit and watch me just top coat, but very fun. Awesome marble. Thanks for joining me, guys, and we shall see you next time. Bye.